Everybody, happy Sunday. Today on the Sunday Dinner Chef, we are going to be making some bread to start off with. And also today's dinner is going to be chicken franchise with some spaghetti. Alright, let's get started. Now, to the water here, it is 98 degrees. I'm going to be adding in to 1 cup of water, actually 2 teaspoons full of yeast. Put that in. I'm going to put that off to the side for a little bit. And being where I live out in Las Vegas here, it is very dry. So to proof this bread up a little bit here, I'm going to add, which I normally don't do, but I'm going to add in a little bit of sugar. Probably about, well, look at it work. I'll probably put a teaspoon in there because I want this to really work. Put that sugar off to the side. And then I will stir it up. Let that sit. Okay, let it all come together. Start seeing a little bit of bubbles right there. That means the yeast is good. Put that off to the side. Now, I am going to use my food processor here, and I'm going to be using 00 flour, and I'm going to use 3 cups. Okay, so I'm going to pack it in pretty good. Now you can, if you have a scale, you can scale it out. I don't have a scale, so I'm just going to leave it with the cups. 3 cups, 00 flour. Now, when I make pizza dough, I like to use, the first video I did here was pizza dough, but I used all-purpose flour because I didn't have any 00 flour. So I got it. I sent away for it. I got it, and you can get that in Whole Foods. Great price. Okay, now inside the flour here, you're going to see a little. I put bay leaves in there. If you ever get bugs or whatever, bay leaf will keep them out. Good practice. And put that off to the side. Now, let me see here. I have salt. So now my salt, I'm going to put a excuse me, teaspoon of salt in to the flour itself. Mix that around here like that. Excuse me, that helps with the flavor of the bread and also with the pizza dough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make 2 loaves, and 1 for pizza and 1 for just a loaf of Italian bread. Now I'm going to put this on. Alright, now when you see this foam on top, you know that yeast is really working. Got the foam on top, looks like a head of beer. I'm just going to wait a couple more minutes and let that roll. Okay, after a few, like 30 minutes, I'm going to add in that beautiful yeast. I'm going to add a little bit more water to it just to get it all in there. Add about 2 tablespoons of olive oil and continue. there it is. Push some of the stuff off to the side here. My processor in the sink. Cap. Okay, a little flour to the surface here. Pull out this dough, lay it on here. Very sticky, that's why I want it, make it nice and crunchy. This off to the side, get the rest of it out. Okay, now I'm just gonna knead this real quick, easy. I'm gonna get it, feels very soft. Put a little bit more. Yeah, oh yeah, this is gonna be good. Now I'm just gonna, like I said before, with your fingers, pull it in, roll it out with your palm. So now, when it's not sticky anymore, okay, you can take it. Don't let it tear. Put it up in the bowl. Let it sit, let it rest a little bit. Flour on top. Now, get your bowl. A little flour. In that bowl right there, punch it down a little bit, and then you want to cover it. Cover is in Los Angeles. I'm going to put the cover on it. A couple things I want to go over real quick is I'm going to make a beurre Meunier, which is just uncooked flour with butter mixed together. So I put it into a little bowl, okay, and then I'm going to get out approximately. Now this is whipped unsalted butter, and put it in there. If you can add a little bit more if you want. This is easier than making a roux. Let me get that out of the way here. And I'll take the spoon here because I don't have a fork and try to push this down. I'm gonna let it sit a little bit, room temperature. But we'll work on this as we go along. Well, now I try to keep calm about things, but I gotta tell you, it really makes me mad. I think it was almost 89 or 99 cents a pound for garlic, okay? And it's old. This stuff is starting to sprout again, okay? Which means it's very bitter. Actually burns you if you bite into it. I mean, just look at this. I don't know how they're getting away with it, but anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut up some garlic for this dish, nice and fine. I mean, look, this is sprout. Amazing. It's starting to sprout. All right, let me get over my attitude. Okay, got the flour in the dish here. And also I got my Tommy Spice, which consists of coarse salt, coarse pepper, garlic, granulated garlic, and granulated onion. Equal parts, and this little jar right here is a tablespoon of each. So I'm going to do is I'm going to season up the dredge here for the flour. All right. Now I do it a couple different ways, but coming from the restaurant business, we would actually do the chicken, cook it up first, put it off on a plate, all right, and then make the sauce and then put everything together. I never put the chicken into the sauce and finish it. I always put it on the plate, finish it with the sauce on the bottom, and I'll show you what I mean. All right, we got that there. Next I'm going to crack 2 eggs. And here. 2. And I got my fork here, and I'm just going to scramble these up like normal. I'm also going to add some of my Tommy spice to this, but I'm going to also show you something else that I do. Let me get these incorporated. Now, a lot of people, old school people, they put milk in here and stuff. You can never let them do anything, but you can do what you want. Okay. And let that sit like that for a minute. Okay, a little parsley to it. Put a little parsley into my flour. Put that up to the side. And I have Parmesan cheese. I like to add it, not a lot. Okay, just enough to add the flavor to it. You can also add a little bit into your flour. Really doesn't make a difference. And we'll save that later for pasta. Let me mix this in together here. Okay. Okay, the dough fluffed up pretty good. What I'm going to do is, you know what, that's pretty good. Just hold on a minute. Now, clean the board off because we had the egg on there. Marie cleans it up pretty good. In fact, she pushes me out of the way. Alright, so what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take the dough out. I'm going to put it here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it and cut it down the middle. Alright. Now this half I'm going to re-ball. Okay. Put everything in together here. That's going to go back in to the refrigerator. Covered into the refrigerator. Now this piece right here, and take it, should add a little bit. Fold it into itself. Take it one more time. Okay, nice little baguette we're going to make. I'm going to take it and just slice across the top, a couple slices in it. Let me get my little brush. Now I'm going to take this egg wash that we're going to use for the chicken, and I'm just going to brush this on top. Give a nice little color to it. You don't have to worry about breaking another egg. Alright, now just to that bread a little bit. I like it a little salty, like almost like an everything bagel. I'm going to put a little Tommy spice on it. Alright, I'm going to put that 400 degrees. I'm going to have nice bread for a nice sauce that I'm going to be making next. Okay, we got a little rolling boil going here. Now I'm going to drop in the thin spaghetti. You just twirl it around like that. Let me get my... Now you just want to let this bend itself. Don't break it. Don't ever break it. Well, you have the Italian police after you. Alright, just let this go. It's going to fall back into the pot. Alright. So I'm going to put a little olive oil. I always use olive oil and butter because if you use just olive oil or just butter, the butter burns. So this sort of complement one another, get through your cooking a little bit easier. So it's probably about 2 tablespoons, maybe 3, which is probably 2. of the butter in there. Now I'm going to let that move around. Okay, now into the pan I'm going to put a little bit of garlic. Let that go right there. Now into the flour, I'm going to take that piece right there, and that's going to go into the chicken. That's a pretty good sized piece. Normally I would cut them down, okay, but you know what? I want some good coverage on it and a nice big piece. We can cut it up later. Now here's where I go different than everybody else. I put it back into the flour again. Now that piece goes in. Oops. Okay, 3 pieces are in. Getting ready to turn. Got a nice garlic baked in on there. Just gonna let them go. I'm gonna brand these up nice. Wipe up some of my mess here. Oop, hit the camera. Do you ever have one of them days? Let's check the pasta. Get messaged. Still a little al dente, and let that go a little bit more. Now, okay, time for the great flip. It's starting to come together pretty good now. Get a nice color on it. Now the whole idea with this is you're putting that coating on the chicken, okay, and keep it so it's not soggy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add just a little bit of chicken broth. A little bit at a time. Put that back over here. A bit more butter. I tell you, I bought this butter in a big tin, and it was whipped, and I tell you what, it's very difficult to work with. Now, what we have here is we buy lemons, a lot of lemons, and we take them and we freeze them. So this is the pulp and the lemon juice. It works just as well. And put a little bit in here. All right. Now pasta's done. Okay, that chicken is good. I'm going to take these and put these off to the side. Now we're going to make the sauce. Now, being that I don't use a lot of oil with this, as you've seen, you see the butter, it's still melting down. So we're going to take this piece off out of here. Now I'm going to add to it a little bit more garlic. All right. Add some white wine. This is a Chardonnay. Now I'm going to let that cook. Now, as that cooks, I'm going to be throwing in some lemons. Ah, the aromas already are unbelievable. Okay. So now I'm going to add a little bit more chicken stock. That's it. Now we're going to start building this sauce here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the poire Meunier that I made. Now this is raw, so you need to let this cook in here a little bit. You only need a little bit, okay? I've watched other channels who put the whole, whatever roux they make, put the whole thing in there, and you know what? Too thick. It gets very, very thick. Parsley. Next is going to go in. Okay. A bit more lemon juice. Let that cook down. A bit more of the thickening. Yeah, that's thickening up really nice. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in my pasta. Get it all out. No stragglers. Okay, I'm gonna cook that cook in here really nice. And I'm gonna need a little bit more parsley, and I could use some cheese, I think. Now this is fresh ground parsley that we make. I buy it from the store, dry it, and put it in here. Okay. A nice Romano, freshly grated. Put this in and on here. Okay, we're ready to plate. Okay, it is time. Chicken right here. Okay, there we have it. Chicken franchise, Tommy way. little unorthodox way I like to do it. I like the crunch on the outside of the batter. Okay. The little cheese into it, the lemon, white wine. Here we go. Wow. You're not swimming in sauce, you got just enough sauce. Chicken is beautiful, tender. Now, this joke is too hard to handle right now. He's done. Well, I salute everybody. See you next Sunday for the Sunday Dinner Chef. Thank you.